I recently hit the highest rank in deadlock. Check it out, check it out. Eternus 1. It's the highest one. I'm very humble about it, as you can see with my new hat that I have. I want to, about everything that I learned, about all the heroes that I played, about every way that I got here, basically. I want to help you guys, and I'm also really proud of what I did. I reached Eternus with 663 hours in the game. I also have 100 on an alt that I play with friends, and that account is Ascendant 6 right now, so I don't even know why it's an alt. I should just play my main. 818 games. And I've been playing Deadlock for like a year now, I think. Probably more, maybe even 2 years. And this is like the third time that I've really gotten back into it. And so when I first played, I was a Vindicta main, but I don't think I played Vindicta once in the last like 300 hours or so. I hit Eternus by playing Mina, which, ignore my match history, I'm trying to learn Celeste right now. But this win streak here went on a big win streak and hit Eternus playing Mina. I like Mina. She's my highest win rate hero, and I also played a lot of Wraith, Holiday, and recently Celeste, because I'm learning Celeste for the Deathy Slam tournament, which is really soon. As of the most recent patch, I stopped playing Holiday because she's just not as powerful as all the other heroes. I was stuck in Ascendant 6 for the longest time. So when I returned, I was an Alchemist, and it took me 2 weeks to climb from Alchemist to Emissary. Then I got stuck in Emissary for a month, finally hit Archon, and then they did a rank shift and just immediately put me Phantom 5. And then from Phantom 5, I hit Ascendant 1 pretty quickly. I got stuck in Ascendant 1 for like 2 months, and then slowly my rank went up. Mostly due to rank shifts. Honestly, I never really saw it move until I hit Ascendant 6. And when I hit Ascendant 6, I was stuck there for 2 months. I never saw my rank move once. People say it's percentile based, so Ascendant 6 is the hardest rank to move in or out of. You just get stuck there forever. I could win 10 games in a row and my rank wouldn't move. It was actually really frustrating. So I'm really happy I hit Eternus. One interesting thing about the Deadlock rank system is that the more games you have played and the longer you're in a rank for, the more games it takes to rank up, which I think personally I'm not a fan of that at all. I really don't like that. That's why I was stuck in Ascendant 6 for so long. I think because of that, ranks are kind of like they're cool, don't get me wrong, and you should be proud of any rank that you achieve, but don't beat yourself up about not being a certain rank, and don't think that just because someone is a higher rank than you that they're better than you. When I was Ascendant 6, I could play in an Eternus 4 lobby and be the best one in the lobby, which makes absolutely no sense. I think in other games, if you're an entire rank 5, 6, 7 subdivisions below the rank that you're playing in, you should not be the best player in the lobby. You should be the worst by far. But just the nature of getting stuck is making everyone's rank really strange. I also want to say, I want to give a bunch of tips and a bunch of things that I learned. So sorry, forgive me. There's no script. I usually do scripted videos. I just have a notepad of topics to talk about on my right. Something interesting. There's a website called statlocker.gg. The only stat website that I would say I would use. Pros also recommend this one, but I don't think it's that helpful. Especially because I don't know, maybe this will say higher or lower for you. For me, it says I'm Eternus 5, which that's kind of validating. I'm Eternus 1 in the game, but you know what? If you want to say I'm Eternus 5, that's totally chill. It increases your score based on, or decreases based on your performance in a game. So you can see if I get number 1, I'll get plus 25 and it'll say I performed as Eternus 6 or whatever. I did go 18-2 that game. That's pretty crazy. You can also see your win-loss history. So you can see here I was Ascendant 2, and then it took me plus 16 wins to hit. No, okay, I was Ascendant 4 here. I was Ascendant 4. It took me 16 wins to get to Ascendant 6, and I must have been 1 or 2 games off of Eternus because I hit Eternus here on 17 wins. Which is so sad that I lost and was just here for a month. I like that. It shows you there's no real way to tell if you're ranking up or not when your rank doesn't move and winning 10 games doesn't change it. So this kind of shows you. What I do find helpful is the hero win rate here. I love to play Dynamo. I'm horrible at Dynamo. I love to play Silver. I'm so bad at Silver. And I love to play Wraith, but unfortunately she's my lowest win rate of the 4 heroes that I main. My Mina win rate is also really high, which makes me think I should play more Mina. Just stuff like that. You can also see your laning stats and like who you lane against really poorly. Like I win 47% against Graves and lose 13%, which is interesting. I thought Graves was a really good laner. 50% against Page and lose 17%. And then I win 70% of my lanes with Ram, or 60% with Drifter and 80% with Warden. Stuff like that is kind of cool to know. But yeah, cool stat website. Roles. When I play Mina or Celeste even, these are like roamer, off-carry heroes. Like, you can get a lot of money, but at the end of the day, you're not the late-game scaler that Wraith or Warden or Viper or Venator or Victor or Mirage or Haze. These are all M1 carry heroes, right? Like, the more souls you have, the more effective you are. And it's like way more effective than having a lot of souls on like Apollo, for example. Apollo is a very bad late game scaler. A 50k Apollo will lose to a 50k Wraith, Haze, and Wraith, if that makes sense. All the M1 heroes are really good with lots of money. So these heroes are the heroes that it's the best to carry on. They have the most impact in the game, even if your lane goes poorly, because you can just disappear into the jungle or solo side lane for a while and come out with 1,000,000 souls. Like, the amount of times I've seen a Victor who's 1 in 3 have 10k more souls than my entire team is criminal. And these characters are the highest impact in the game. If you want to carry a game, you should play them, because, I mean, you just control the end game, and the end game is the most important, right? Because that's when you win. I think every hero can carry, and for the longest time I was like, ugh, I don't like playing Mina. I want to play Wraith because I feel like I can't carry my games nearly as hard on Mina as I do on Wraith. That was wrong, and I want people to ditch that mindset. If you like a hero, if you like a role, even if it's support Dynamo or support Page, you can carry a game. Your mistakes will lose you the game. Your actions decide the outcome. You have agency over what is happening. Don't ever let yourself believe that, oh, I wasn't playing this, oh, my team was bad, it's their fault, I did nothing wrong, and that's why I lost. Don't ever let yourself believe that, because as soon as you think that, you stop improving. It doesn't matter if you're the Celeste who has the most damage and healing on your team and you lost, and it doesn't matter if you do that over and over and over again. The fact is that you lost, and if you were better, maybe you could have won. No one is a perfect player. There were mistakes you made that could have changed the outcome. Like, even one fight. For example, one of the games I lost, I was Celeste, I was 16k, solo side laning yellow, and there was a Wraith who was like 15k. I 1v1'd her, lost, dropped a 500 bag, she immediately went to 17k, and then because I was dead and my team was fighting Ern in green lane, she pushed down yellow, took the walker for free, and suddenly the 15k Wraith, who was not as big of a threat, not a big threat, was 19k in the course of a minute, and my one death completely changed the outcome of the game. And that Wraith hard carried. And we lost because she was too strong. Small things like that, one mistake can cost you the entire thing. And don't get me wrong, your 0-12 Haze made a lot more mistakes than you made. But the fact is, you have no control over your 0-12 Haze. You only have control over you. And if you sit there and constantly blame your Haze, which, don't get me wrong, it's Haze's fault, mostly. But you'll never improve. You'll never change. The outcome will never be different. You're the only person that you have control over. And I think that's really important to get across. The second you stop believing that you don't have control over the game is when ranked becomes unfun. Ranked is kind of fake anyway, you know? Some people rank up. I've seen someone who's like 1 win, 19 losses in Emissary 5, and then my friend is like 18 wins, 2 losses, sitting in Ritualist. It doesn't make sense. And it's good to think about, like, oh, look, I improved, I climbed. That is fun, but don't get down because your rank isn't moving. Your rank is not a direct reflection of your skill at any point in time. Actually, let me do a paint thing, because this applies for every ranked game. And your skill on any given day is a range. Let's say blue is your skill cap and purple is your skill floor. As you improve, your skill cap increases, of course, but you're not always playing at your skill cap. Your skill floor also increases, but your rank might be like this. You see? You get what I'm saying? Your rank is not a direct reflection of how good you are. Your rank can go down, but you're still better, if that makes sense. Like at this point in time, I am worse than I am at this point in time, but my rank was higher. So it might feel like, oh, my rank got worse, therefore I'm worse. That's not true. You're improving, and you shouldn't let your rank, your current rank, be the sole source of confidence in your ability in the game. It shouldn't be your sole source of how good you are at the game. As you improve, your skill cap will climb, and your skill floor will climb. And there will come a time where you will never drop to a rank this low again. You'll drop to this rank, and you'll be sad because you know you can play at this level. But you drop to this rank. Point is, if you let your current rank dictate your feelings, you will always be sad. I think this is really important for every ranked game. The only way to stay sane is to feel yourself improving. Think about yourself improving. Think about the blue and purple lines, and your rank will come along with it. That's the most important way to look at things. One of the most common things people ask me is like, I'm this rank, what should I work on? The answer in Deadlock is genuinely everything. What are your strengths and weaknesses as a player? Are you really good at movement? Are you really good at fighting? Did you come from Overwatch? Maybe you're a high-ranked Overwatch player, Marvel Rivals player. So you're good at the fighting and ability part of the game, but you're bad at the MOBA part. Maybe you came from Dota or League of Legends, so you're bad at the fighting part, but you're good at the MOBA part. It's everything. You should figure out what's fun. Maybe solve your biggest weaknesses. That's probably the most efficient use of time. But for me, I think I'm very good at fighting and I'm bad at MOBA. So I watch YouTube videos. I search up, I don't know, Deathy, Pop. I watch gameplay of high-ranked players who are playing the same role and hero that I'm playing. I try to patch my weaknesses and find improvement where I can find it the easiest. I want all of my categories to be roughly the same. I'd say the better you get at something, the harder it is to improve at. So for me, I'm very good at movement and I like learning movement. But it's diminishing returns, right? If I'm very good at movement, it might take me 10 hours to improve 1%. But if I'm really bad at macro, it might take me 1 hour to improve 10%. But also, like, you want to learn what you find fun. That's what Deadlock's about at the end of the day. So figure out your weaknesses, figure out what to improve on. There's infinite categories to improve on, and do it. That's kind of the beauty of Deadlock, is that there's so many different categories and ways to express yourself. I'd say right now, my biggest weaknesses as a player are itemization and just macro in general. Showing up to fights, when to not show up to fights, when to split push, etc. How to shut down a player who is incredibly fed. I think Victor is like the terror of ranked until you're Eternus. One, it depends on the hero you're playing, and two, it depends on your team. But generally, you want to counter build someone. For example, Victor is very strong because of his healing, so you want to build anti-heal. If I was Mina, that would mean toxic bullets and Spirit Burn. Spirit Burn does 70% healing reduction when it's applied to them. If I was a support, I would buy Curse. I would buy Silence Wave. Victor heals using his abilities, and Silence Wave removes his ability to use those abilities. So it's very nice. Curse also means that they can't play the game, no matter who the carry is. So if someone has a lot of souls, and you're like a character that doesn't mind having the 10% damage debuff from having Cursed Relic, it's a great item to buy. Disarming Hex for gun carries, as well as Metal Skin. If you're playing against a Haze ult with Unstoppable, or just any M1 carry who's doing a lot of gun damage to you, Metal Skin makes you immune. If you're constantly getting Lash ulted, Counterspell. Press this when you hear the ding ding ding, and you won't get Lash ulted. Counterspell is a counter to like so many things in the game, by the way. Great item to buy. If you're losing to an Infernus or a Mirage or a Haze or debuffs, Dispel Magic purges all negative effects currently applied to you. If you're a support and your team is getting owned by Pocket Ult or Bebop Bombs, Divine Barrier cleanses Pocket Ult and Bebop Bombs, as well as Drifter Ult. If you're fighting a lot of CC, Unstoppable. If you're against like a Mina or just a lot of Spirit heroes, Spellbreaker or Spirit Resilience, all very strong. Bullet Resilience against M1 carries, very strong. If you're someone who can purchase Rescue Beam, this will save people from Bebop Hooks, Holiday Lassos, Moe and Krill ults. Actually, this is a direct counter to Moe and Krill, because if you pull them as they're getting Moe ulted, it takes the Moe with your teammate. So if my teammate is getting Mo ulted over there and my whole team is here, I will pull the Mo and the person getting Mo ulted into here, and the Mo will die and my teammate will live. Very good. If you are against a 7 ult knockdown, this forces him to buy a 6400 unstoppable item, or his ult will just get cancelled. This cancels Bebop ult and Dynamo ult as well. I promise you, whatever you're losing to, there is a way to counter it. You just need to know. Laning. As I got better at the game, boxes became a huge part of laning, as well as understanding pushing and the push and the pull of waves. Boxes spawn in at 2 minutes, as do these small tier 1 camps. They just give you souls. This camp spawns every minute and a half. So if you kill it at 2 minutes, it spawns at 3 minutes 30. If you kill it at 3 minutes 30, it spawns at 5 minutes, and so on. The high level metagame of these camps is, let's say I'm mid lane, or you know what, let's just say I'm yellow lane. You'll notice this side of the lane doesn't have a tier 1 camp. That side does. If it spawns at 2 minutes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill the minions as fast as possible and ignore the other team, making it so my minions push up here. Where your minions are determines where you can be. If my minions are back here and their minions are here and I'm here, I'm taking hundreds of damage to their minions as I fight them. That's very bad. My minions being back here forces me to play back here. And that's a very important concept to understand, because the faster you kill the wave and have your minions means you take space. Space means you can farm freely back here, for example, while the other team deals with your minions here. Space means that if I shove the wave at 1 minute 45 and they're dealing with it here, and I know they're low HP, I can steal their tier 1 camp as soon as it spawns. Space means if they're dealing with the minion wave, I can take all of the boxes on their side. This is nerdy as hell. This is an important box route on this side. This rooftop. There's just so many boxes in this area to pick up, and you can get them all done in the time of 1 wave, so it's important. Space means that if the wave is shoved at 4 minutes 45, I can run to their side, take this vent, and get the buff as soon as it spawns at 5 minutes. Space means that at 8 minutes, when the Sinner's Sacrifices spawn, I can be here, punching it, checking on this side of my screen between every punch to see if they're pushing me, and then sealing it. Winning lane is not just about destroying the tower, it's about getting more money than them. Farming all of these boxes, owning space, shoving the waves, and doing things when the wave is already shoved, not when the wave is in your lane. When the wave is here, I want to be there to get the money, right? If I'm not there and my minions are dying, I'm not getting the money. It's very bad. So you should always make sure you are not missing out on money when you go to do your boxes. I'll just show, for example, if I'm on this side and I kill a wave, I'll do these boxes. And if I'm feeling really frisky, I'll do these boxes. Boxes are important. One other thing to consider in lane is power spikes. When you hit 4.8k souls in a certain category, in any category, you get a massive spike. As you can see here, I have 19 extra spirit power at 3.2k souls, but the moment I hit 4.8k, it doubles. If you hit that spike before your opponent, that means you want to fight, right? You have the advantage. Boxes get you more money, which get you to the spike sooner. Another example is your ult. You hit your ult at 3.7k or 3.8k souls. If I have my ult before them, I should fight. I want to fight, right? And sometimes when you're up here doing a bunch of damage to them, constantly shoving the wave, they're sitting back behind their tower and it's annoying. You can't do anything. And you want to fight them, right? Because you have the advantage. In that case, you can freeze the wave. You just sit here and let your minions kill their minions and their minions kill yours. If you do that, they will not get the souls from your minions dying, meaning they have to come up here and fight you on your terms, not under their tower anymore. So that's something you can do. One thing to consider. I don't do it often, to be honest, because most of the time just shoving the wave and shooting the tower standing behind your minions is better. And if you do feel like you want to dive them, you can parry the tower. This gives you 2 or 3 seconds to fight, and then you need to run again. Another very useful thing I do in lane that I only learned recently is solo heal. When you kill the healing minion, it drops a healing orb, and that orb is split between 2 people. If you step outside of the radius, I'd say the radius is about from here to there, only 1 person will get it, and that heal will be double because they're getting the heal that you would have gotten. So if you're full HP and your teammate is 1, you can say, hey, I'm leaving you the solo heal. Get the healing minion really low for them. Get it to 1 shot, maybe. And then run really far back. Let them grab it. Once they've grabbed it, you come back. Also, ganking. Depending on the hero you play. Mina, Holiday, great at ganking. You can also combine it with box roots. So if I was mid, when you do sewer and you're a roamer, or just, I mean, to be honest, it could be anyone. Like Drifter, it really could be anyone. You do this sewer. Look, you're already almost at yellow. So like, might as well pull up for a gank. You know what I mean? Or you don't have to. And then you just take the vent back. But the conditions for a gank, I would say, are if the enemy is low. That's one thing to consider. And 2, how far up the enemy is. If my team is here, fighting them at their tower, I don't want to gank. Because, unless they're really low, right? And my team needs help. Me coming here, more than likely, they're just going to sit behind their tower and live. But if my team is back here on their tower, and the enemy is shoving, and they're here, when I pull up behind them, it's going to be very hard for them to escape before they die, right? You should really consider before you gank a lane, how far up they are. Right? Like if I pull up here and they're already over there, what's the freaking point? But if they're here, ganking is great. Another thing to understand is like how strong you are in trades. Like for example, Apollo's 3. In lane, this is his only damage. Once he uses it, I mean, he's just like a sitting duck. He doesn't do anything for 25 seconds. So when you see Apollo use his 3, you run, and as soon as it's over, you chase. You fight. And you should learn this for every character. Bebop applies a bomb on you. Why would you run away? What else is he gonna do to you? Like, if you're healthy and the Bebop sticks a bomb on you, fucking run him down. I mean, is he gonna place another bomb on you? No. The bomb's on cooldown. Mina Love Bites is another example. Mina procced Love Bites on you. Okay, what's she gonna do now? She can't proc Love Bites for another 10 seconds. So you have 10 seconds to go ham on the Mina if you're still healthy. My next category is what to do when you're behind. The number one thing you can do when you're behind is the urn. The urn is so important. It is a very useful tool for coming back when your team is behind. It becomes comeback when you are 10% down in souls. So if they have 90k, our team will need to be 81k or lower in order for it to be a comeback urn. Comeback urns go on your side and are very easy to capture. Even in Ascendant, most teams forget about the urn, and you, just being diligent, can pick up the comeback urn. Urn spawns every 5 minutes along with the bridge bus, and even number timer spawns yellow, odd number timer spawns green. This can change if somebody's holding the urn at the 5-minute marker because it doesn't reset, in which case it becomes opposite, so you just need to remember where the last place the urn was dunked is. If you are there at exactly 30 minutes when the urn spawns and it's a comeback urn, chances are you might just get it for free. The other team probably isn't even thinking about it, and you can just pick this thing up as soon as it spawns, run it back to your base, and get your team a free several thousand souls. It's absolutely huge. You need to do it. It's very important, and you can solo carry a game just doing that. The lower the elo is, the more likely you can get away with doing some bullshit like this, where you just go in, down dash, and dunk the urn in front of their faces. They probably can't react in time. Also, if you're playing a hero like Holiday and you have stamina mastery and like a bounce pad or something, learn your urn routes. It can be very, very fast to do urn. And sometimes you can even run it before the other team is even ready for you to turn it in. Also, when you're down in souls, you want the other team to be stupid and fight you in your base. You need to be so careful about pushing past a walker, about pushing past, if you have no walker, even pushing past like here. When we're down a lot of souls and it's getting later in the game, I see lines that I cannot go past. I will never go past this line on the map if we're down a lot and we don't have a walker. I'm just catching the wave. I'm running back. The map is theirs. You don't want to fight unless it's on your terms. Your terms meaning on a walker or in your base. And that's how comebacks happen. Also contesting mid. Just any fight that's really advantageous for you, you need the advantage because, I mean, they're up so many souls. It's kind of scary. What should you do when your team sucks? Or when someone's really fed? I guess it's just like urn. Another thing to consider, if you pick up the urn, whether it's comeback or neutral, the state that you pick it up in will stay like that until the next urn spawns. So if I pick it up right now and then drop it, and then eventually the souls become neutral, it doesn't matter this will still be a comeback earn until the 35-minute mark. So if it's a comeback earn and you can't necessarily do it right now, you can't pick it up, you can't do anything with it, just pick it up, lock it to be comeback, and then drop it again. The earn is your key to team comebacks. And when your team sucks, I don't know, just be the best. Make a lot of money. The best way to make money is solo side laning. You can be like, yo, I solo this lane, get a shit ton of money, farm up in the jungle, and then pick up your chuds, carry them to victory. I guess that's really all I got. I wish you luck in your rank up endeavors. I'm gonna be grinding too. I want to hit Eternus 6. And I'll make a video when I do that about everything I learned as well. I'll see you later. It's 2 a.m. and I'm falling asleep in my chair. Bye.